Last time on D&D, we killed a dragon. Alright, let's continue the story. So after, slaughtering a dragon and, getting some gold and a level up here and there, they decide, let's buy some new stuff. Now, to match Butters' flaming axe, Quinn picks up an ice axe. And to counter that, Arya gets a lightning rapier. Now, together, they would be invincible. Butters looks at his dragon heads he's been collecting and thinks to himself, those are some pretty sweet victories. So he gets them grafted to his armor like gauntlets. Soon as they finished shopping, the group took a 2-day quest to a mining town. As they're getting a little closer, they go through a kind of a mountainy area and they see a fire. Butters is flying overhead. He kind of takes a little closer look, and the rest of the group is right behind with, right to mention, Quinn on his new warhorse. So they get a little closer to the fire, and they see nothing's really there, but they hear something. They keep going, and they can just peek over a cliff, and they see a legion of kobolds, about 200 of them from what they can tell. They discuss a plan to, take kobolds on, because they're idiots. And to their dismay, they discuss a bit of an argument, which is soon interrupted. Massive breath is heard. Not a roar, but a breath. And the entire group is frozen helplessly in fear and ice. And above them flies a massive white dragon. Not just, like half dragon, I'm talking a real massive white dragon that glances at them and then just flies off in the distance. Now, eventually, the ice wears off. And reinstating, the group is the most wonderful bunch of idiots. So they decide, you know what? Let's keep going. They look at the kobolds and think, there's a way to defeat them all. Not sneak in, but defeat them all. And Butters has an idea to cause an avalanche. Quinn, excited on the idea of causing an avalanche, joins Butters as they combine their fire and ice to kind of melt the ground that's covered in ice right now to just the point where they could possibly cause an avalanche. They tried this repeatedly to the point where it caused so much damage that they miraculously caused not only an avalanche but a chunk of the mountain itself to come crashing down, killing all of the kobolds. Now, just to make sure they were all dead, the group dramatically charges down. Unfortunately, it was kind of a big cliff, so it took some time, and, well, you get the idea. So, by the time they eventually got down there, there's not much left. Of course, the thieves, Arya, and, well, accompanied by Belle, decided to take a look around for just some supplies. Butters, Quinn, and Groban look around and see a massive door in the distance, followed by a bit of an entrance to a cave. They choose between door to the cave, or maybe the massive door. Yeah, they decide to go for the door. Butters flies ahead, and Quinn right behind him on his new warhorse. Groban right behind him. They get to the door. But as they get to the door, the doors just swing wide open. And that's when it happened. Right before them was a very, very, very pissed off white half-dragon. The dragon looks at Butters, sees his gauntlets, and never in the history of D&D has anything had more hate in its heart than that moment. Butters charges, thinking to himself, it's time for another head. But as he charges, Quinn gets there first on his massive battle horse, who he then nicknamed Lala, and just ransacks the dragon. Not to be one-upped, Butters goes in for a very zealous rage and misses. The dragon, like the others before him, was having none of that. And he hit Butters so hard he was down for the count. Judas tries to save Butters. The axe dragon leans its head back and breathes its cold fire right upon Judas. Groban tries to help. Ventus tries to help. They do a little damage, but not enough. Butters looks the opportunity, attempts to heal himself. The ice dragon freezes most of the party. So they're all pretty screwed. But then comes Quinn, charging in like the rhino off of Spider-Man, and literally just obliterates the dragon, and nearly kills the party as he runs them over too. Quinn then looks at the dead dragon, cuts off his head and its wings, keeping the wings, and throws the head at a very unconscious Butters. Butters, not realizing he's gotten a gift because he is very unconscious, is then picked up as the group is then placed on his horse, Lala. Looking around, Quinn realizes that Belle and Arya are nowhere to be found. It seems that they have gone off deep inside of the cave. He follows pursuit, and using her magic, Belle attempts to communicate with Quinn. They eventually meet up, and find that, well, as Quinn is sitting there happy, and Lala has now become extremely fond of Judas in the meantime, we'll leave that to your own translation, he has Lala dismissed. Judas, scarred for life, heals the group, and for the first time, it was successful. Quinn gives Butters the head now that he's conscious, and Butters rejoices. A bond was born that day. The group looks around the room and finds, actually quite a few cool items. Scrolls, potions, even Belle even finds a magic book. Belle reads the book and she has trouble understanding the words, but finds that her thought process, or all of her knowledge, gets a little bit stronger. Everything becomes a little bit clearer for her. Enticed by this, she tries to hold on to the book. And then they look to their side and they see that there's a treasury and a throne room. What happens next? Well, like, subscribe, and by all means, hit the like button. Look forward to more coming soon.